Okay, so final preview for Crimson Desert comes out in literally 8 days from whenever this video comes out. From when I recorded this video, not from when it comes out. We're 8 days away. The game I am most excited for right now on the recent coming other big games that I'm looking at, obviously Phantom Blade. Control Resonant has really broken into my sphere. And then also watching the chicken game, Project Windless. But first, foremost, this one seems the biggest, the most expansive, the most ambitious. And I'm down. I'm really down to play it. So let's see what this final trailer looks like.
And now, a bloody battle unfolds between the Greymanes, who fight to uphold his will.
Yeah, and then just to start, so it looks like we're getting the opening battle sequence actually. But from my guess, from what I've seen so far, it seems pretty obvious that we're going to die in this first mission because I've seen parts of the preview kind of opening you up in that abyss area in the sky and she gives you powers. So that's probably how we get a little bit supernatural, but this is how it's starting. Oh yeah, and our enemies are the black bears.
Every once in a while, a particularly ambitious game comes along and immediately hooks.
I guess maybe that's why everyone's also so surprised to see you, is they probably thought you were dead. Dude, he's Kratos on these mountains.
Garnered a mystique for its ridiculously over-the-top.
The ambition is crazy. The ambition is crazy. Oh, you have bosses right in that mission too. She is Zuno drops. The chick is a Zuno dropping. The Zuno drops come straight from Ninja Gaiden 4. Looking sick. But dang, and he has summons of giant knights.
Thankfully, with the now firm March 19th release date fast approaching,
so
we
close.
have some extended hands-on time with developer Pearl Abyss's large-scale single.
And I think Pearl Abyss also crushed it because they were gonna make this for an MMO. Oh,
just how detailed and vast the world of Crimson
Matthias,
Desert
you just beating his ass with the shield.
What sorts of oddball quests and brutal combat encounters are to come in protagonist Cliff's adventures across Pywell?
Bruh, and he just sends it over the edge as soon as he gets the cloak. When she says jump it. It's IGN, so let's see if this guy is at least...
Crimson Desert focuses on the story of wandering warrior Cliff, a member of the Greymane faction that seeks to keep the continent of Pywell safe during harsh times. But after a ruthless warlord decimates much of his crew, Cliff himself...
Oh, he already has some... Oh, cool. Oh, shit. Why did they show that?
Resurrected by mysterious new allies that come from the
spoilers, you bastards.
Abyss. Now tasked with rebuilding the Greymanes, he'll recruit new and returning members to his cause, push the limits of his newfound powers, and directly confront a civil war and a malevolent force that's threatening the balance of the world.
And he's got his Anabu mask. He's got his little face mask on.
Originally planned as a direct
not Anabu,
but
Kakashi mask.
Crimson Desert is now a standalone adventure set in the same universe.
Long
Even
jumps.
Without knowing the lore of Black Desert Online, Crimson Desert keeps connections light, aside from the similar high fantasy setting and, occasional references. It totally throws itself into the style of a Western high fantasy epic, but with the added energy of an Eastern style action game in the vein of Final Fantasy.
Let's go. So that's a good mix.
Crimson Desert do well to introduce Cliff as a rugged and stoic hero who can easily cut down enemies.
Finally, bringing the masculine hero back. That's who we need. Oh, I've been waiting for it.
But is also willing to lend a helping hand to the citizens across the land.
But they got what was coming to them. All thanks to you.
Though much of the footage we've seen showcased the grand spectacle and ludicrous action in Crimson Desert, our hands-on time largely focused on the more laid-back tutorial.
Oh damn, it showed him where to go like that?
Region of Pywell. We had played Crimson Desert 3 times before this extended hands-on, all of which focused on isolated
electric jagging
and spectacle combat. But
damn, and that summon is so dope.
For the pacing and storytelling, we've now got a much better idea of the larger structure of
off of that short wall. So it can't fly, he kind of glides down.
Of comparisons to The Legend of Zelda, The Witcher, and even Dragon's Dogma, one game that really came to mind during our hands-on was Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, it is a lot like Red Dead with all like the stuff that he does in the city.
The massive world At ground level, there is a
Yeah.
surprising focus on navigating its densely populated areas with care and attention.
Ground level's
We
a good
spent
way
a
to say
lot
it.
of time just wandering the back alleys,
Meeting
interacting with
everybody.
people, going about their day,
It also gives me a Skyrim feel in that way, that there's so many NPCs, there's so much story inside of it.
finding new shops and cooking recipes, and even uncovering options.
Hold up.
Interacting with people, going
Hold
about
up.
their day.
Let me see something. Defense, refinement. You know what I don't see on here anymore? Is the damage, is the like them having to fix it. It looks like they've gotten rid of some of that, so you don't have to continuously repair your armor,
Finding new
which I
shops and cooking
personally
recipes,
like.
and even uncovering optional activities that do a good job of making the world feel bustling and lived in.
What a woeful
Hey, yo,
fate.
get off your knees in front
Some
of me
our
like that.
favorite moments from the opening hours came from seeing what sorts of side quests the townsfolk would pull us into. In one instance, we encountered a man who fell from his roof and needed help with cleaning his chimney. And that is exactly what we ended up doing for this side quest. We climbed up on the roof, positioned ourselves on the top of the chimney, and used our
You know why I feel like this narrator, he's a pussy dude from IGN, who would, in many cases, review a game like this poorly, because he's so excited about the soft-ass side quest. Not that I'm saying it's bad. It's just his level of excitement about stuff being fun and quirky and, like, just like this. He gives me that soft vibe. He's the kind of dude who rates High Guard a 7.
newly acquired broom to clear out the gunk to help the husband get some relief.
Oh, my back. You've done me a
told you
huge
he
favour
was
there.
faking it.
Would you come off it, woman?
Look at him.
He faked
Despite
it.
the tone and action being serious, we were pleased to see how much humor and quirkiness were packed into Crimson Desert's opening hours.
Like I said, he's pleased to see. He's so excited about it. He is the kind of guy that ruined Marvel movies where they were just became overwhelmingly humorous.
There are plenty of enemy bases to topple, but we also spent some time playing some back alley games of rock, paper, scissors with the local ruffians.
Let's play rock, paper,
He's
scissors.
playing all the stuff that I skip.
No crying if you lose.
There's even a quest that had us rescue an abducted sheep to cheer up an upset child, and seeing the very serious Cliff engage in such activities was much more amusing than we expected.
Now, is this the friend you were looking for?
Woolly? That's not Woolly. Wooly's got a fluffier tail.
Noted.
Cliff begins
Mission
his
to
journey with a
skip.
fairly modest skill set and knowledge of the world, and as in traditional open world action games, the larger pull of Crimson Desert will be to expand his abilities and insight. When you pick up quest information, recipes, and even bounty notices for roaming targets,
Build
Cliff
the
will
skills and
expand his
attributes.
knowledge and fill out his records of all the wildlife, characters, and important events of the world. We
Okay,
are
he just
impressed
catches
to
that
see
rabbit.
How much was packed into this
Bruh.
comparatively modest section of
Hey.
the massive game world? Seriously, just looking at the map,
Hey.
taken aback by how
Oh
large
my
Pyro
god,
was.
the map is
It was interesting to
huge.
take in Crimson Desert's pacing, and its deliberately detailed approach to navigating and interacting with the world initially took some time to get used to. Even as a tutorial, we were kind of surprised to see how much time is spent on getting players to really take in the many features and opportunities to find.
Probably
Granted,
because
it is
the
very
controls are
much
going to
in
be
the
very
vein of Red Dead
serious.
Redemption 2's movement and interaction, but admittedly we felt overwhelmed by just how much you could interact with. You can actually go up to nearly all
I can see that being true, that they could be overwhelmed because it's just like you can talk to every single person in the city, and that means that cities on cities in the game.
citizens to greet them or even rob them, provided you have a mask to disguise yourself, of course.
I pray the day greets you well.
Despite the range of activities, Crimson
Boom.
Desert is also a combat-heavy game, and even with Cliff's limited skills, the battles you
Dang,
can get
the
into
turn?
are quite
What are they
brutal to
fighting?
see unfold. Initially, we
Orcs
started
or
brawling with
goblins?
bandits and goblins around the city. Still,
Okay.
initially, things
I said
took
orcs.
a turn when rival knights and other faction leaders started.
Right, he's
wanting to get
armored
a
up.
piece of Cliff.
That looks like
The
a
mini
sweet
boss
fight.
battle against Matthias was a particularly thrilling fight, and
Boom.
even as one of the early encounters, it did a good job
Sword
of
and
showing
shield.
how
Let's
visceral
go.
the battles could get.
Nice. Boom. In-game
Eventually, Cliff would make trips
mechanics.
to the mythical Abyss realm, where we navigated a series of floating ruins far in the sky. Stepping into these visually stunning environments was one of the best moments from our hands-on time, and it also gave us a jaw-dropping
I
view
see.
of the world's vast
God
landscape.
damn, there's
These
all
are
those
also
different
segments that
ones
introduce
floating in the
new
air.
Abyss powers in some puzzle platforming challenges.
But
These
what are
magic
the
powers
abyss
elevate
powers?
Cliff's combat and traversal skills to use his force-style powers to manipulate objects and use a force jump ability to propel him off the ground.
Force style powers. I see. So all that green stuff you use when you're...
Eventually,
Gets his
we were
double
granted the ability
jump.
to glide and took it out for a spin by skydiving back towards the ground. It is a fun ability to use, but it definitely takes a ton of stamina to get the most out of it.
The
Okay.
power to soar
You gotta
through
build
the
up the
open
stamina.
skies is yours to command.
Throughout the game, Cliff will acquire Abyss Catalysts, which will serve as skill points to upgrade stats and unlock new abilities. These upgrades include improved jumping and more combat skills such as a suplex and more advanced sword strikes. In addition to exploring towns and the surrounding wilderness, we
suplex
also get
looks
to see
so
the early
sick.
goings-on of the Greymane faction.
It's also
system,
like a
which
real
focuses
fight
on
move.
building up a crew, sending them on missions, and gaining.
That's kind of crazy because there are whole games based on that type of a game where you build up an army and you send it to go things, and it's just a feature of this game of you building up your militia and sending them out to handle stuff for you while you run the game still. Game has so much in it.
Though we weren't able to see it evolve much, it was impressive to see that it's actually a full-fledged management system that will continue to grow as you explore the world.
It's
We
crazy.
really enjoyed the flow and action in Crimson Desert.
It's gonna be a
and completing the tutorial was
200-hour
solid
game.
onboarding to the larger adventure ahead. Based on our previous hands-on time, Crimson Desert currently feels much more intuitive and less complicated with its controls. Still, it had the recurring issue of being too complicated for its own good, with its systems trying to cram actions and features into a fairly limited set of submenus and combinations. For instance, you'll often have to manually equip key items and gear to activate some prompts, which can feel cumbersome. This all ties back
It's just
into
'cause
the
there's so
attempts to
much
make players
controls.
feel like they're having a more tangible connection.
Look
to
at
the
that
world, but it can
helmet.
often feel too overcomplicated for its own good.
Oh, I
Along with
see.
the opening chapters, we also got a chance to get another
Boom!
look
What a
at the
kick.
mid-game of Crimson Desert, which saw a powered-up Cliff take on new enemies and a more powerful boss that matches up to his souped-up
It was
skills.
explosive
Moreover,
arrow.
Crimson Desert also includes new party members that can be swapped in if you want to try a different combat style. While Cliff is still the central protagonist, playing as the tanky berserker Unka or the nimble and fierce Damien offers up some fun alternatives to Cliff's playstyle. It does well to
Unka
showcase the
and
variety
Damien.
within Crimson Desert and how the game will ramp
They made
up
both
with
of
more
them
zany
strong,
encounters
too.
that blur the lines between a high
Damn.
fantasy adventure and steampunk fantasy. Even with the lengthy
Oh, yeah.
hands-on time,
The
we were still
steampunk,
only
I seen the
scratching
mechs, I
surface
seen
of
the
larger
jets.
adventures to be had in Crimson Desert. There have been many games in the past that try to go for large, open
This guy is doing all the tiny side quests. That's so funny. Rock, paper, scissors, arm wrestling, fixing chimneys. I'm here to smoke people and fight them and get better at fighting so I can smoke more people. It's different.
world settings, but don't often really justify the need to go big and bold. But we were honestly quite impressed to see that Crimson Desert is not only presenting a case for its take on an open world action adventure game, it is also having fun with the concept by pushing its attention to detail and just how much there is to unpack within the sprawling
Cooking.
world. So far, Crimson Desert is showing a lot of promise. It's certainly been on minds for several years now, which has invited a host
For
of
some-
comparisons
oh, you got
with
'em all
other
bloodied up.
large-scale games. But our extended hands-on
Dirty
time has made us
shield
feel
bash.
optimistic and intrigued by the game's maximalist action
Hot air
style.
balloons.
And that's gotten us plenty interested in seeing if the full game
They think you're
can deliver
dead.
on reaching the same highs as other genre greats.
Oh,
For
they're
more
just
on the
gonna
latest
drag you.
upcoming games, check out our recent previews of Samson,
And they're
a Tim
children.
story, and WWE 2K26. And of course, for everything else in the world of video games, stick with IGN.
Boom. Ooh. Like a teleporting dot, like a counter. Okay. I mean, what do we say? The thing looks amazing. The thing looks amazing. This is one of the most complete looking games I've seen ever.